After a wet and rainy start to our 2024 Memorial Day, the skies have cleared and we should be in store for another beautiful day for our Beverly Hills Parade. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brad Fetters for the Birmingham Area Cable Board, welcoming you to the 2024 Memorial Day Parade. The second member of our broadcast team is Andy Aubrey. Andy will be working the parade route, getting us all kinds of interviews. Andy, what do you got for us today?
Well, thank you, Brad. I am here. We are about to begin the parade. You know, I saw something important this morning I really liked. It said, the truth is that all veterans pay with their lives, but some pay all at once while others pay over a lifetime. And I think that's very well put when you consider the gratitude we all feel for the veterans, the magnitude of this day, the gravity of what they've done to keep this country safe for freedom. And that's the purpose we're here for today, which is to honor them, especially those who lost their lives and gave that most important sacrifice of all so that we can have the freedoms we enjoy. So looking forward to it, Brad. Here we are. The parade's about to begin, and as per tradition, we'll have the Beverly Hills Police Department on their way here.
Very well said, Andy. Just to let our viewers know, this community and parade lost a massive supporter last year when Robert Borgen passed away. For over 30 years, Bob was a part of this annual Memorial Day tradition as not only a Beverly Hills council member, but as the executive director of the Birmingham Area Cable Board. As part of his role with the Cable Board, he hosted this parade broadcast for many years, and I consider myself fortunate to have served as his co-host for the last 10. The parade route feels a little emptier this year without him, so let's take a moment to remember Bob Borgen and dedicate this broadcast in his memory.
This is the 29th year of this holiday tradition. This year the parade and carnival is being sponsored by the Village of Beverly Hills Park.
Jack Anthony Kleppert. Jack, are you having a good time as the newest Beverly Hills resident? Are you? Oh, boy.
And Ellen, I see the police car coming. I think the parade's about to start. We got paws, we got council members, we've got bands, we've got baton twirlers, we've got everything.
And personally,
today.
I'd like to echo your sentiments by reminding everyone what today was about, which is thanking the service people, past and present, for their service to this country.
Ace Hardware of Beverly Hills, Plant Moran, the Corner Shopping Center, Ernie Fisher's Southfield.
Thank you, sir.
And you're from Livonia?
Yes,
Good
sir.
job, everybody.
Bob, congratulations on your 21st year as parade announcer. It was my first year, and it was a pleasure.
Brad, I'd love to have you back. You're a professional all the way.
Can't wait for next year.
You're going to keep me and Andy in line. I like that.
Someone has to, right?
We're going to head down to the park and do some interviews in the park. We got Andy.
He's made his way
It
over
was
here.
fun, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It's a great parade.
Great parade. You did a good job today.
We've done a lot of these, but this one I think is one of our best turnouts ever.
Welcome to the 34th Memorial Day Parade in Beverly Hills. I'm Bob Borgen with my announcing partner Brad Fetter, and we got Andy Aubrey out in the parade room.
And we were sitting there as our TV monitor in front of us blew up. We had all kinds of static in our ears, and we're sitting there holding onto the wires while rain and lightning was striking around us. It was a lot of fun, but something I don't want to go through again.
Yeah,
they got some good new food trucks this year. They got Ned's Travel Burgers, the best burgers in Michigan. They got Motor City hot dogs, and everybody's favorite, Chicken Shack.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be lining up the dignitaries for you to interview. We'll get to the park, and we're going to have a great time up there. So come on up and join. It's been a beautiful day. The weather cooperated, and I think that everybody's having a pretty good time here in Beverly Hills. I'm a 43-year resident of Beverly Hills. I haven't missed too many of these parades, and it's really been a lot of fun. It really has. 20th year, thinking about retiring this year. I don't know, Andy.
Bob, I don't know. Really? Seriously. You're timeless. You're like Father Time. You're the man who time forgot. I think you should stick it out.
We've had a good time. We've had a good time.
We have a wonderful time, and it's a great tradition here in Beverly Hills, and it's just a pleasure to do it with you guys.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it, Andy. Every year you do a heck of a job, and want to thank Brad for being here again. I think the Three Musketeers have done it again.
Sure.
Really, it is a solemn occasion. We celebrate this holiday so we can celebrate all the rest of the holidays throughout the year.
There we go. Hey, pause. Thank you.
Welcome to the annual Memorial Day Parade. I'm Bob Borgen with my broadcast partners Brad Fetters and Andy Audrey, and we're happy to be back after a 2-year hiatus.
Cheers, Bob. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Pleasure
you,
as
Brad.
always.
I've enjoyed it. We had a great time this year. I can't wait for next year. Although I've been trying to retire for the last 4 or 5 years, I'm having too much fun. I'll be here.
We
You'll
love
never
having
retire.
you, Bob. Nah.
Nah.
Yes,
We gotta
Andy,
have
this is
Bob.
my 32nd year, and I am retiring. Turn it over to the youth. I've been living the dream for 32 years and loving it. But now I want to start collecting candy at the side of the road instead of being candy hitting the head.
Molly, thanks for everything you
Yeah,
do.
and thank you for being our MC for how many years?
32 years.
32 years.
This is my swan song.
So proud of this guy.
Love you, Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Welcome to our annual Memorial Day Parade. Originally called Decoration Day, Memorial Day is a day of remembrance for those who have died in our nation's service and a day to honor those who have served or are serving in our armed forces. The Village of Beverly Hills Parks and Recreation Board puts on the parade and carnival with the support of many volunteers and generous sponsors. This year they are celebrating the 41st anniversary of this wonderful community event. After the parade, we will also be covering the fun-filled annual carnival at Beverly Park, as well as a Memorial Day commemoration ceremony at the flagpole. Leading things off this year is the Beverly Hills Public Safety Department, led by Director Rich Taranjo. The department began in 1958 with 4 public patrollers operating from the basement of a private residence. The Public Safety Department has grown significantly since then, protecting and serving the village of Beverly Hills and Southfield Township. Let's thank them for keeping Beverly Hills a safe place in which to live, work, and play. The Beverly Hills Boy Scout Troop 1024 Color Guard. Troop 1024 is based out of Beverly Elementary School. The troop has been in existence for more than 65 years and has seen more than 140 boys achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. In addition to monthly campouts and working on merit badges, they are involved in numerous service projects in the community. The troop is led by Scoutmaster Chris Macris, Community Chair Jeff Holland, and Troop Advancement Coordinator Armando Taborga. The Beverly Elementary Cub Scout Pack 1024, based out of Beverly Elementary. Pack size is over 50 boys and girls hailing from Beverly and Greenfield Elementary, Our Lady Queen of Martyrs, and other local schools with kids between 1st through 5th grade. The Scouts are wrapping up a great year of activities, including launching model rockets, participating in Pinewood Derby, biking, camping, skiing, and conquering high ropes courses. Our Grand Marshal this year is Lee Pettigrew. We're pleased to honor him as the Grand Marshal. Lee is an Army veteran from the Vietnam War and a 51-year resident of Beverly Hills.
Brad, we got Lee Pettigrew over here, our Grand Marshal. How does it feel to be the Grand Marshal, Lee?
I feel honored, but I reluctantly did it. I think there's people that far more deserving than me.
Oh, I don't know, Lee. I think your record speaks for itself, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about it down in the park, but we just want to congratulate you and thank you for your service. And I know you're doing other things today, like Meals on Wheels, right?
Yes, I do that a couple of days a week also, so right here in Beverly Hills.
I love it. Fantastic. Well, there he is, Brad. Lee Pettigrew, he's our Grand Marshal this year, and a proud moment for us to be able to speak with him. Thank you, Lee.
Mr. Pettigrew received his BBA in accounting from Western Michigan University. He was drafted in the U.S. Army and ordered to report to Fort Knox in Kentucky. Upon completion of 8 weeks of basic training, he received his orders to report to Fort Lewis. He was assigned to work in finance and accounting as a payroll specialist. He feels fortunate to have served at Fort Lewis when many young men and women paid the ultimate in a very controversial conflict. Those fortunate to come home were not uniformly treated with respect they were deserved. While in the Army, Lee married his wife Joan. They've been married for 56 years, and as I mentioned, they've been residents of Beverly Hills for over 51 years. Ascension of Christ Lutheran Church, located at the corner of 14 Mile and Pierce, marks its 10th consecutive appearance with their float, honoring the sacrifice, remembering the ultimate sacrifice. We thank the members of the congregation for providing flags for the play goers along the route. Ascension of Christ Child Care offers a state-licensed child care program for children ages 6 weeks and up. Their year-round development-appropriate Christian program has limited openings for infants, toddlers, preschool, and pre-K. Contact Director Chelsea Cook for more information. Ian Perry is walking with them. He is a Marine veteran that lives in Beverly Hills. You hear the sounds of Aiden Ritto, the bagpiper. Aiden is 13 years old and a 7th grader at Birmingham Covington School. Aiden's been playing the bagpipes for 5 years, competes in grade 4 solo competitions, and is a member of the Alma College Pipe Band, with whom he competed last month in Scotland. Aiden is also a member of the Oakland Ducks baseball team. There's a look at Aiden as well as Ian Perry, our wonderful Marine veteran. Next up is the Beverly Hills Club, part of the Lions Club International, which is the largest service organization in the world, consisting of more than 46,000 clubs. The Lions are well known for their work with the blind and leader dogs. Our Beverly Hills Lion Club also supports many local causes, including this Memorial Day parade. Beverly Hills Lions Club is always looking for more service-minded people to join the club and participate in serving others. Bob Jordan's 1929 Model A Ford has been a fixture in this Memorial Day parade for close to 25 years. Sadly, Bob passed away peacefully on November 11th of last year. He'd been a resident of Beverly Hills since 1975. This beautiful vehicle will be passed on to his son, and the tradition, of course, will carry on. Beautiful restoration was awarded a Blue Ribbon Award from the National Model A Restorers Club, thanks to Bob's painstaking work on the vehicle. Bob Jordan will surely be missed. Robert Wittenberg coming up next, the Oakland County Treasurer. He served Oakland County residents since July 2021. Prior to that, he served 6 years as a state rep in the Michigan House of Representatives. Compassionate steward for Oakland County's financial resources, Robert understands that transparency, integrity, and honesty are essential values and the hallmark of an effective government. The Treasurer's office works tirelessly throughout the year to assist property owners retaining their properties, and Robert is proud to have the lowest number of tax foreclosures in Oakland County under his tenure. Robert strives to create a strong economy that enables broad participation so that all residents can be afforded the opportunity to build the life they desire.
Hi there.
Going back to Lee Pettigrew, our Grand Marshal. Should mention, and he had several postgraduate jobs, including stints as a counselor at the Job Corps Center at Fort Custer in Battle Creek, Michigan. He is a retired controller of the International Manufacturing Concern in Troy, Michigan. He's traveled and worked with subsidiaries in Germany and Brazil, and Lee is now enjoying his retirement years working in the yard, primarily doing his honey-do list golfing and volunteering, as Andy mentioned, with the Meals on Wheels. Next up is the Detroit Tigers mascot, Paws, one of my favorites. We welcome him to the parade this year. We know he loves those hot dogs with ketchup. Andy, one of our friends there.
All right,
Paws.
Brad, we got Paws here. Paws, the new City Connect uniforms. We like them, right? Absolutely. Big winning streak. Love it. All right, 3-game winning streak. Let's keep it going, my man. All right, there he is, Brad. It's Paws.
His favorite colors are blue and orange. He
Followed
enjoys
by the Little
collecting
Leaguers.
baseball cards and cheering on the Tigers at every home game. The Beverly Hills Little League, established in 1960, part of the world's largest organized youth sports program. The Birmingham Beverly Hills Little League is a developmental baseball league helping boys and girls in our community learn the proper fundamentals of America's favorite pastime. There are over 300 players, volunteers, and coaches in this year's Little League. The Beverly Hills Little League is committed to fostering good sportsmanship, teamwork, honesty, and certainly having some fun. Some members of the Red Sox, the Rangers, the Rays, the Orioles. Who else we got here? The Padres. Handing out bubble gum. Thank you so much, guys. As the rain begins to fall just a little bit. Got members of the Trash Pandas. Oh, yeah, mean mugging in the camera. That's good. Oh, yeah, everybody get their screen time in. Some more members of the Padres team coming through here. Little Leaguers looking good in their uniforms. Northbrook Presbyterian Church. You're invited to neighborhood nights at Northbrook this summer, featuring live music, food trucks, and games for all ages. The 3 events will be held on the corner of 14 Mile and Lasher. The second Wednesday of June, July, and August from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Learn more at northbrookpc.org. The Gratitude Steel Band will be coming up shortly as we listen to the tunes being played by the Northbrook Presbyterian Church. They're grooving out. And behind them is the Northbrook Preschool Wagon Brigade. The school has served young children in Beverly Hills for 54 years. They're excited to be part of this year's parade. This is their 9th year participating in the parade. Good look at the Wagon Brigade coming along the parade route. Behind them is the Baldwin Public Library. Baldwin Public Library welcomes all to enjoy and utilize their services and resources. Whether you're coming to our location to enjoy the Wi-Fi and cozy atmosphere, participating in a program or story time, or taking advantage of the anytime, anywhere digital offerings, Baldwin Library strives to be your first and best option to learn, connect, and discover. The Beverly Elementary Daisies, Brownies, and Junior Scouts. They're excited to again walk together in this year's Memorial Day Parade. Girls from troops of Daisies, Brownies, and Junior Scouts are represented today. The troops work together for a drive-through cookie booth at the Beverly School parking lot and celebrate with a Girl Scout dance each year. We work to make a world a better place and be a sister to every Girl Scout. I see our stilt walker. Her name is Kay. Her inseam of her pants is 6 foot. She's towering above our parade route today at 8 foot 1 inch. Really impressive stuff that she is able to walk this parade route on her stilts. Yes, sir. Pablo.
Brad,
you got
we
Pablo.
got Pablo. He's the Michigan Panthers mascot. Pablo. Panthers are playoff bound. How are we going to do in the playoffs? Yeah, he likes it. UFL, first-year champs. What do you think, Pablo? You like it? He's in. He's all in, Brad.
They went 6-2 this season, earning a spot in the 2024 playoffs, and they will take on the undefeated Birmingham Stallions on Saturday, June 8th at 3 p.m.
Deborah Nance now, Brad. How are you, Deborah?
Absolutely wonderful, and the weather is cooperating. It's a beautiful day in Beverly Hills. Happy to be here again for another Beverly Hills Memorial Day Parade.
Always great to see you, Judge. And if the weather holds out, we'll give you all the credit in the world. All right, there she is, Deborah Nance, Bradley.
Judge Nance, 46th District Court Judge. She served our community for over a decade, presiding over criminal, civil, traffic, municipal, and landlord-tenant cases. She received the Award of Judicial Excellence from Women Lawyers in Oakland County.
There goes the there goes the tent.
We have our council president now.
Okay, guys. That's the council president.
Next is a non-profit organization enriching the lives of the 50-plus population of Beverly Hills, Birmingham, Bingham Farms, Franklin, and surrounding communities since 1978. Next is a place to stay active and connected, providing educational enrichment and fitness programs. In addition, they offer support services, transportation services, referrals, and nutritional support.
Hold on, girls.
The Bingham Farms Girl Scouts. Consists of all the Daisy, Brownie, and Junior troops that meet at the school. Each grade has their own troops that meet throughout the year where they learn new skills, participate in community service, and make new friends. The girls have fun earning badges for all their accomplishments throughout the year. Directly behind the Girl Scouts are the Bingham Farms Cub Scouts. Established in 1969, Pac 1049 is an annual participate in this parade. The group includes kids from Bingham Farms Elementary, Birmingham, Covington, and West Maple schools. Members graduated to Troop 1699 in Franklin, where many earned Scouting's highest rank of Eagle Scout. Cubmaster for Pac 1049 is John Cole. And they participate in many community service projects throughout the year, include Scouting for Food. Boys put the motto, do your best to work each day. When asked, many mentioned the Pac Fall Campout and the annual Pinewood Derby as their favorite activities. Pac 1049, making some noise. Another one of our mascot friends, the Detroit City Football Club's mascot, Friendly. Founded in 2012, the Detroit City Football Club is a Detroit professional soccer team. They've established itself as one of the most talked about soccer teams in North America. Their motto is passion for our city, passion for the game.
Hey, Brad.
Yes, sir.
We got Friendly, the mascot for the Detroit FC Club. How about that new stadium, huh? Absolutely. We're going to have a new soccer stadium in this town. And he's going to be roaming the sidelines, guaranteed. Looking forward to that one.
You know what they say about him, Andy? With his crooked head, questionable stench, and lack of pants, many have referred to him affectionately as Detroit's dumpster bear. Mark Borsaw, the bagpiper. He's been playing the Scottish Highlands bagpipes in our parade every year since 1996. In addition to playing, Mark also makes bagpipes and is a professional painter. And he is riding in the 1940 GMC pickup. I believe Lisa Garavaglia of Beverly Hills is driving that 1940 GMC pickup. It's one of just 11,000 civilian pickup trucks built by GMC in all of 1940 with an extended wheelbase. Also have the 2023 Jeep Wrangler V8 driven by Mike Garavaglia.
Okay, real slow.
There's a look at the Birmingham Bluefield Democratic Club. They're glad to return to the parade. They support Beverly Hills and the surrounding communities. Check them out at bbdems.org. And they have state senators Mallory McMorrow and Jeremy Moss, along with state representatives Samantha Steckloff and Natalie Price, walking with them today. Natalie Price, as I mentioned, walking with the Dems. Along with Oakland County Clerk Register of the Deeds, Lisa Brown.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. I'm good. This is about the coolest it's ever been that I can remember. Yeah. You gonna be in the park with us? Yes. Yep, I'll catch you there. Sounds good. Hello. How are ya?
Jeremy Moss. Directly behind the Democrats is the Redford Unicycle Club. Been participating in parades and performances throughout the greater Detroit area for 49 years. They offer classes for beginning riders every year in January and February. Club practices on Saturday mornings through most of the year, and there is absolutely no age restriction. Members regularly compete in national and international unicycle competitions. Make sure you check out the RTUC website for more information. Let's take a look now at some of these unicycle riders. Really impressive stuff along the parade route today. I think I spot Pickles the Clown with her granddaughter, Baby Dill. Pickles is certainly a dedicated clown. She joins us today with her granddaughter, Baby Dill. Pickles began clowning around in 1984 and hasn't missed a parade since. She loves waving to the crowds, marching to the patriotic music, and meeting the kids. To honor her father, a soldier during World War II, she marches in the parade and carries a bag with a picture of him in his Army uniform.
Well, Brad, I'm not sure I can hear you, but we do have Pickles the Clown. It would not be a Beverly Hills Memorial Day Parade without interviewing Pickles, and there it is, her father. Absolutely. Pickles, how have you been?
Oh, good. Thank you. So excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. It just wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you to your father for his service. And now we have Baby Dill in the mix, and even babier Dill. I love it. All right, one more quick word to the people of Beverly Hills.
Happy Memorial Day. Love you all. Remember our soldiers.
Yeah, remember the soldiers. That's why we're here. Thank you very much, Pickles. Always a pleasure. There she is, Brad.
You also hear the musical offerings of the Gratitude Steel Band. They perform at events around the country. And proud to be back again at our Beverly Hills Memorial Day Parade. Lamar, Loretta, Dajumbe, and Chaz all on the back of that forward-pulled float. Gratitude will bring the lifting energy for this time of gratitude and remembering. The band will perform hits old and new and tribute songs, including the national anthem, along the parade route at the carnival following at the Beverly Park. For more information regarding the Gratitude Steel Band, please contact www.gratitudesteelband.com. Let's take a listen to the Gratitude Steel Band.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Oh yeah. Little national anthem mix up here.
The Birmingham Patriots Football and Cheer Club, a community football and cheer program serving local athletes in grades K through 8 rather. Since 2006, the Patriots are dedicated to sportsmanship, growth, and safety. Perhaps some fellow and future Birmingham Seaholm or maybe Groves Falcons as part of that Birmingham Patriots football program.
Brad, I can hear you now. We had a little audio earlier, but we're back in business over here.
How about this, Andy?
I mean, we can actually converse like real TV people.
You're
I love
getting
it.
to look at Circus Among Us. I know you're right there.
Yeah, right here on the scene. And this would be a lot of fun to take to work every day. You think about it.
And take that on I-75, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't know if it's street legal. I don't see any license plates. Maybe. What do I know? Oh, yeah, he says he's driving it for Uber.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure I'd want to pay for that trip, but perhaps.
Lyft, maybe.
There you go. And there's a look at a beautiful 1966 Ford Mustang driven by David Hinman. David is a lifelong resident of the area and participating in his 26th Memorial Day Parade. He has 2 children in the military. Daughter Susan is stationed in Washington, D.C., and son Rob is in Lansing. Thank you so much to them for their service to this wonderful country.
We got Hooper coming up
we
here,
sure
Brad.
do. He was born in Lucky, Kentucky, and was originally trained to be a racehorse. But Hooper knew he was way too talented for just horse racing. So he trained long and hard to master his craft, honed his skill, and he earned his spot as the Pistons' official mascot in 1996. Why a horse mascot, you ask? Well, just like the Pistons are named after the team produces horsepower. Go Pistons. If I'm not mistaken, Andy, it looks like we have the 12th Congressional District, Oakland and Wayne counties, serving Beverly Hills and the surrounding communities. Our groups work to actively recruit, support, and elect Republicans to promote and protect the values of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for current and future generations. The Republicans of the 12th Congressional District.
Truly a bipartisan event, Brad. We got Democrats, we got Republicans, we got them all, but we all have one purpose in mind, and that is to thank those who served and who gave the ultimate sacrifice. That's the reason for the day.
Absolutely correct. There is the 1972 Orange Stingray. Will and Claire Winter, lifelong residents of the area, alongside their little doggy, their little pooch Mac. Claire Winter. Beautiful 1972 Stingray. If I'm not mistaken, I think I see George Washington crossing the Delaware. The Devonshire Men's Club. The enjoyment of all the kids on the route. This next float takes us back to 1776 when General George Washington cross the Delaware with the brave young American militia. Got to watch out for those cannons. Look out.
Yeah, straight off the dollar bill into the Devonshire Men's Club.
Thankfully, it's not a cannonball. It's just candy.
I think so. I hope so, or else we have a heck of a lot of damage here. But if so, we got the police coming up right behind, and that would be the Oakland County Sheriffs.
And a fitting song for the Devonshire Men's Club, the old Weezer song, Beverly Hills. You got to like that.
Makes sense to me.
You mentioned Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard and the Oakland County Sheriff's Department providing law enforcement countywide to over 1.2 million Oakland County residents. Pleased to welcome Sheriff Bouchard to the parade, who has led the department since 1999. The department is showcasing some of the vehicles and motorcycles used in law enforcement in the county. They're especially pleased to welcome the mounted unit, one of the oldest mounted patrol units in the United States, operated since 1948. And I think Andy has Sheriff Michael Bouchard.
We do. We have Sheriff Bouchard. He took off his cape today just to prove he's one of us. Sheriff, just like your kids, all the towns in in Oakland County you love the same. But you have a soft spot in your heart for Beverly Hills, don't you?
100%. I lived in 4 different houses here. Couple with my parents, couple in my first house and my second house. It's where we had our first baby. Beverly Hills has got lots of specials. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And it's always great to see you out here. You made it. You know, we stuck you right at the end because I know you have a lot of obligations today. So
Third parade today.
Third today. Are you done then?
Well, we got to see what else happens.
All right, Sheriff. Thank you very much. Always great to see you in Beverly Hills. It's our pleasure. There he is, Brad. Michael Bouchard.
A little known fact about that mounted patrol unit: the deputies provide their own horses.
Yeah, and they're coming. Sheriff Bouchard always brings all kinds of fun toys and goodies and trucks and boats and cars and planes. And this year he brought horses, and they're going to be up here right after the Beverly Hills fire truck. So,
Uh-oh, I hear those sirens blaring. The lights certainly are flashing. And as everyone that watches this parade knows, the tradition of the fire truck marks the end of the parade. A big thanks to the Beverly Hills Public Safety Department for bringing up the rear, but always being at the forefront of fire safety.
I'm amazed at the temperament of these horses. You got sirens, you got people, kids, candy being thrown all over, but they're just calm. They're just hanging out. There they are.
Take this opportunity to give out special thanks to our Memorial Day sponsors. The platinum sponsors include the Beverage Warehouse, the Corner Center LLC, Hubble, Roth & Clark Incorporated, Premier Pet Supply, and Village Pediatrics. The gold sponsor this year was the Goddard School of Beverly Hills. Silver sponsors Commu Equipment Company, Jason's Outdoor Services, Market Fresh, and Thomas J. Ryan PC. Bronze sponsors, the Beverly Hills Ace Hardware, Buckles & Buckles PLC, and the Michigan Coffee and Creamy, as well as Sue's Hallmarks Cards and Gifts. A big thank you also to the Village Parks and Recreation Board for once again organizing this year's Memorial Day festivities. Well, Andy, we got through it. We fought off a little bit of rain, some gray, cloudy skies, but another Memorial Day parade is in the books.
Yeah, it threatened a little bit, Brad. We saw a couple drops, nothing major, certainly, and this crowd's going to go home happy. We're going to try and get down into the park, though, in just a couple minutes, get some interviews down there. There's going to be a ceremony at 1 o'clock to honor our fallen heroes, but it's been a pleasure to call this parade with you. As always, a real pleasure and an honor, and I'm going to send my own shout-out to Bob Borgen, who was an absolute standout in this parade all those years, a mainstay. And, Bob, we miss you wherever you are. Hopefully you're looking down on us, and hats off to you, buddy. So, Brad, that's it. Another great year here in Beverly Hills.
Yep, I know you'll be making your way down to the park to cover all of the activities down there. Thank you so much for providing your interviews, and once again, lots of laughs with Bob Borgen over the years, and as we mentioned earlier, dedicate this year to him. So big thank you to all of you for watching. This will conclude another parade, the 2024 parade. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next year right here. Can't wait.
All right, we're here now with District 7 Representative Jeremy Moss. Jeremy, always a pleasure to see you here in Beverly Park and on this great day. What's been happening? Bring us up to speed. What's happening in Lansing?
Well, we're doing a lot of work with the budget so that we can bring more resources to our schools. You know, I'm a Groves High School graduate. It's important to boost those investments for our students in our public schools. And we're going through our budget to bring community projects up to speed on things that we need to invest in. So a lot's going on in Lansing, and we're making a lot of progress.
I don't know if you had a chance to see what's going on at Groves on the athletic side of things and Seaholm. Amazing, the budget millage passed recently, and they've done some awesome work.
It's incredible. I'm a proud Groves Falcon, and the opportunities and resources that the students have today are absolutely preparing them for the next step. So I go in to talk to the government classes a lot about what's going on in Lansing, and I'm more impressed by them than they are by me. So there's a lot going on in our schools here that's really, really great stuff.
I mean, some people say, gosh, this looks like a community college. I mean, the facilities are amazing. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up for you, but just give us a goal or two. What would you like to see happen? When you're in Lansing, there's a lot of gridlock. We all know that. But what would be sort of a wish list item or two for you?
So it's a good question. We just had our Memorial Day program last week in the State Senate, and it's a really kind of defining time for all of us to think about. We have these fights and we have these partisan battles, and we can do it freely because of a day like Memorial Day, because of the people who made that ultimate sacrifice for our freedom and our democracy. It gives us the opportunity to have these very heated debates over things. So yeah, Lansing, there's a lot of partisanship. I'm not going to deny that, but there are more opportunities to work together, and that's why we take the time out on a day like today to acknowledge those who allow us to continue to live in a free democracy.
That is perfectly said. And yeah, I mean, discourse is important as long as it remains civilized. And I think you've been around now long enough to know that that's the urgent thing. So, all right, Jeremy, well, good luck with all of those goals, and we wish you the best, and hopefully we'll see you again here next year.
I'll be here next year.
All right, there he is. Jeremy Moss, everybody. All right, we're here now with Robert Wittenberg and Abel, right? We got them both here. Okay. Hi. Say hi.
Hi.
He's a natural, Bob. All right, Oakland County Treasurer, you are here. You get around. We saw you in Birmingham last week. Now you're here in Beverly Hills. What does this Memorial Day gathering mean to you?
So this is obviously, it's kind of a celebration here, but it's also a very solemn day because we are acknowledging and thanking all those people that paid the ultimate sacrifice, right? That gave their lives to let us live in freedom, to enjoy this day, right? And so, I went to the Great Lakes Memorial Cemetery yesterday out in Holly, and we had an event there. Southfield does a program. We came here to Beverly Hills. We had a program in Royal Oak before this. So this is really something to acknowledge and thank those that served our country. So it's a really nice event and a nice time of the year.
Certainly is. All right, next question. They'll be making it twofold. Talk a minute about your accomplishments. I know we talked about the tax foreclosures being down and so forth. Yep. And then second part, we'll go after that about what you'd like to achieve moving forward.
Sure. This is my little guy. This is Abel. This is my son. Yeah, he's going to take over. He's going to take over the interview. So a lot of things. I've been in office. This is my first term, so I was elected first in 2020, and I'm proud to say that the foreclosures in Oakland County are the lowest they've ever been. So we did a really robust outreach campaign to really try to prevent foreclosure. And the one thing I will tell everyone here and anyone that's listening is that we are here to help within our office. We want people to be able to live and thrive in our community. And so we want you to reach out to us to help. So that's one thing we kind of hang our hat on. And also just the service that we provide. We want to be accessible to people that come over here or come to the county over in Pontiac in our office. And then moving forward, some of the same goals. We want to keep the foreclosure numbers down. We want to make sure we're investing in the community. We want to... we have within our office a financial empowerment center, so where we kind of like a financial coach that can help people that might have difficulty financially, actually small businesses, trying to help them budget. So there's a lot of things that we can do in our office that can really help the community. And so in the next term, I want to continue expanding on that and really, the outreach that we do for all the communities.
And they can reach you. Your office is located on the county building.
We're in the 1200 building. You can go to website www.oakgov.com/treasurer. You can call our office 248-858-0611. We're always here to help. Please reach out to us, whatever we can do.
Well, sounds great, Robert. Thank you very much for your time. Abel, good job.
You say bye to everyone?
Your daddy's a smart man.
Say bye.
Bye.
His kids, he's on cue. All right, thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. And good to see you out here. You bet. All right, we're here now with Village Council President John George. John, we missed you in the parade route, but you're here today in the park. And I think that's a good place to start. We were just talking about an initiative on June 10th. You're going to have a meeting, right, to discuss what exactly relative to this park.
We have with us today the Smith Group in the park, and they're the consultants that we've hired to do a long-term park planning project for Beverly Park so that we can get input from residents to understand what we want the park to look like a generation from now, from 25 years out, and what are the steps we need to take over the next 25 years to get there. So it's going to help us plan our priorities, apply for grant funding, and understand what our residents want to make Beverly Park more enjoyable.
Sounds great. How about like a mini Cedar Point? Can we get some roller coasters?
We'll if you'd like to put your suggestions on the board, they will all be considered. There are no bad ideas. Scale might change, but we're here for all the ideas.
I love it. Okay, so it's great to see this turnout. The weather has been threatening, but we're blessed right now with a dry day. But what does a turnout like this mean on a day like this?
It is always wonderful. Beverly Hills residents always turn up to honor Memorial Day. We're going to have a ceremony at the flagpole here at 1 p.m. Where we've got some of our local elected officials to talk about, the residents that made the ultimate sacrifice to protect the freedom that we all enjoy. And so we're going to take the time to honor that. This community turns out for all of our community events. Today was an impressive turnout. I drove in the parade, and I always say it's like a video game. It gets progressively more difficult. At the end, it's so packed with everybody who's waiting to come enjoy the carnival. And it's a great turnout. It's good to see people here enjoying the food trucks, the music, and the games.
Absolutely right. Well said. And it is. It's a tradition like no other here in this town, I know. And I've been fortunate and privileged to be a part of it. So great to see you out here. And we wish you the best of luck on the park planning process, which can be, everybody's got their own ideas. Right?
Yeah, they do. And so we will be in the pavilion the evening of June 10th. If you look on Beverly's website, you can learn about it. But we would love, there will also be a link that will allow people to put some feedback electronically. But we want people's input so that we can understand what the residents want and make sure that we're doing the long-term planning to make Beverly Park enjoyable into the future.
That sounds like a great plan. All right, John, well, good to see you. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
And we will wrap it up with him for right now. All right, we are here now with 46th District Court Judge Cindy Arvent. Judge, great to see you here today, as always.
It's great to be here. Thank you for being here with us.
All right, well, it's a privilege and an honor, frankly. But I just want to get your perspective on what the importance of this day means to you.
Well, we have this great carnival and parade, and it's very festive and very fun. But at the end of the day, what we're here to do is recognize those who paid the ultimate price, protecting and defending our country and our liberty. So it really is a very important day to recognize all of those who have served in whatever capacity.
Absolutely right. And we're going to have a little ceremony here shortly. I know you're going to be part of that. And just to really bring home to those veterans who did make it home how much we honor them and appreciate their effort. And then also, obviously, to honor the fallen heroes. So you got any notes there, Judge? Is there something we should be talking about?
Well, I do have some notes, and we're going to be honoring, as we do every year, we're going to be honoring a veteran from our community, Beverly Hills, here today, who will be here today. We're going to hear about him. We're going to hear about his service. We may hear from him about what it means to him to have served and to be here today and be honored and recognized. So that's really the high point of the day, I think. It's a little bit somber because we lay a wreath. But again, at the end of the day, it's to recognize those who served, and I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, we all are, and that's very well said, by the way. So, we're just going to wrap it up. It's not here to put you through too much or anything. You talking to me can be a burden, but we want to thank you for being out here today and taking a moment to speak with us and just bringing home the fact that this is such an honorable day and an important day for our military and our freedoms, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Andy.
All right. Thank you, Cindy. All right, and there she is. We are here now with Denise Borgen, also known as Mrs. Bob Borgen, and we miss Bob very much, Denise. He was a fixture in this parade. He brought me in here years ago, as a matter of fact. So I will always thank him for that. And what would you think he would say today about all these wonderful people being here in Beverly Hills?
I would think that he would be so happy to see all of these people here. This was kind of his thing with you. You know, I mean, he did it for many, many years, and he was proud to be a part of this Memorial Day festival parade. And he loved doing it. He really did. So he always had fun.
Yeah, you could tell. It was kind of in his blood, right? In fact, I miss him because he was good at pointing out people. He'd say, "There's so and so, village commissioner. There's council president." So I mean, because I lived in Beverly Hills for years, but moved away in recent years, and Bob was my wingman at this event. So I think we have to give him that shout out. I gave him a little shout out at the end of the parade, but take a minute and talk about Memorial Day from your perspective. What does it mean to you?
Well, from my perspective, of course, it's about all the wonderful men and women that have served our country. God bless them. What would we do without them? Secondly, just bringing everybody together on a very special, very, and it's just kind of a fun way to say thank you for what all our vets have been doing. So it's been wonderful. And it's funny that you say Mrs. Bob Borgen, because, that's who I was. I was Mrs. Bob Borgen because Bob Borgen really knew everybody. He loved this community. He served it well. And yes, I am Mrs. Bob Borgen.
Yeah, but you're Denise, so that's how I introduced you to begin with. All right. Well, thank you very much for taking a minute. You're going to get over there. He would love it if you went in the bounce house. You know that, right?
Oh, my gosh, no. I'm going on the climbing wall.
You go, girl. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Denise. There she is. That is a legacy member of this parade right there, and the carnival in Beverly Hills wouldn't be the same without a member of the Borgen family.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Matt. As Matt said, I'm Cindy Arvant. I'm at the 46th District Southfield, and it is a great pleasure to be here today, heading over our ceremony. Memorial Day is a time when Americans pause to remember the men and women who have given their lives in defense of our country. As part of today's commemoration ceremony, we will have thoughts about Memorial Day from our Beverly Hills Village Council President, John George, followed by Senator Jeremy Moss, who's with us today, concluding with a wreath-laying ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please, at this time, I'd like to invite all veterans who are here today to indicate their presence by a show of hands. Can we see our veterans who are here today? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in a round of applause to indicate our thanks to these veterans for their service to our country. All right. I'd also like to thank our Parks and Rec Board members and the folks at the city village offices who work so hard to put this event on every year. So thanks to all of them for all of their hard work in bringing this event to our community today. I'd also like to acknowledge again that we have Senator Jeremy Moss, who's present with us today. We have Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, who's with us today. And we have Robin Dillard Russo present today, who is a candidate for judge at the 46th District Court. So thanks for being here today, folks. Next, speaking on behalf of our Honorary Grand Marshal, Lee Pettigrew, Councilman John George. John?
Thank you. I got to spend a little time with Lee Pettigrew on the drive over today. We live in the neighborhood. We hadn't had a chance to meet yet, but we live down the road from each other. And Lee is a 51-year resident of Beverly Hills. I talked to him a little bit about what caused him to gravitate towards Beverly Hills, and it is exactly this kind of thing. It's a great community, and the testament to the fact they've stuck around for 51 years. I think that speaks to that. He is an Army veteran from the Vietnam War era, and 8 months after receiving his BBA with a major in accounting from Western Michigan University in December of 1965, Lee was drafted into the U.S. Army in order to report to Fort Knox in Kentucky. Upon completion of 8 weeks of basic training, Lee received orders to report to Fort Lewis in the state of Washington. He was assigned to work in the finance and accounting office as a payroll specialist. He feels very fortunate to have served at Fort Lewis when many young men and women paid the ultimate price in a very controversial conflict, those fortunate to come home were not uniformly treated with the respect they were due. And that was one of the points he wanted to make, is that understanding when you look at Memorial Day, when you look at Veterans Day, talk to the veterans, talk to the families, and understand that these are people who are doing a job the country asked them to do. And he wanted to make that point that some of the Vietnam veterans weren't. We should understand what they were asked to do. While in the Army, Lee married his wife Joan. They've been married for 56 years and have been residents of Beverly Hills for just over 51 years. Lee and Joan adopted their 2 children, Elizabeth and Matthew, both of whom attended Birmingham Public Schools. They both earned college degrees from their respective universities within the state of Michigan, and now Lee and Joan have 2 adult grandsons. Lee has had several postgraduate jobs, starting with a short stint as a counselor at the Job Corps Center at Fort Custer in Battle Creek, Michigan. Just over 16 years ago, Lee retired as the controller of an international manufacturing company in Troy, Michigan. He traveled and worked with subsidiaries in Germany and Brazil. Lee now enjoys his retirement years working in the yard, primarily doing honeydews, golfing, and volunteering with Meals on Wheels twice a week through the program at Next. Many thanks to Lee for his years of service to our country and community. So, thank you, Mr. Pettigrew. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Pettigrew. We are so honored to have you here with us today. Next, I'd like to recognize our Congresswoman again, Rashida Tlaib, who is with us today. There she is. Congresswoman Tlaib is a Detroit native of Palestinian heritage, a progressive leader, mother, daughter, friend, and community advocate. She made history in 2008 by becoming the first Muslim woman to ever serve in the Michigan legislature. She works tirelessly in support of her advocates in a huge district that she covers, including community, and we thank her for attending our Beverly Hills Memorial Day wreath-laying ceremony today. Thank you, Congresswoman. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce Senator Jeremy Moss. Senator Moss holds the distinction of having been the youngest ever elected official on the Southfield City Council way back in 2011, and he has not backed down on public service ever since. After City Council, he was elected to the Michigan House of Representatives, serving as the Democratic Caucus Whip, and then became the Assistant Democratic Leader in his first term in the Michigan Senate. He is currently serving as the President Pro Tem of the Senate. Please join me in welcoming our Senator, Jeremy Moss.
Thank you, Judge. I can also lead with a 2004 Groves High School. Go Falcons. It's an honor each year to participate in this program in Beverly Hills. It is very easy and convenient to take this day as a day off, to be at home, to kick up your feet, to relax, and not think about the daily grind. It is intentional when a community like Beverly Hills comes out and holds a program, a community-wide program to acknowledge we commemorate Memorial Day. And there's kind of this juxtaposition where we have this very jubilant parade and this carnival going on behind me, and we also have this very solemn ceremony right here in the park to acknowledge those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And that juxtaposition is tied together because the people who fought for our freedom and our democracy are those who make public gatherings and these types of carnivals and parades possible. And that's why we're here to acknowledge those people. I think it is very evident, and we all are acutely aware, that war is hell, but democracy and freedom are always worth fighting for. We held a very solemn program last week in the Michigan Senate and welcomed in our Gold Star families, those family members who memorialize their lost members all year long. And it's a very apt opportunity for us to see a face of those who are most impacted by those who are putting their lives on the line for our continued freedom and democracy. We also have an obligation to take care of those who do come back and provide the mental health and support services that they need upon returning to civilian life. In the Michigan legislature, we've passed a budget that has made significant investments in reducing those mental health disparities, including support for suicide prevention, and to address this issue, of course, where veterans are disproportionately impacted by homelessness. And we've put in money in our state budget to provide grants to provide those services for our veterans in need. So again, I'm very honored to be a part of this program, and more honored to be representing a community that on this day makes an intentional act to commemorate Memorial Day and memorialize those who've made the ultimate sacrifice so that we could gather here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Senator Moss. We're going to conclude our ceremony here today with a wreath-laying ceremony with thanks to the men of Boys 1024 and to bugler Jackson Quinn, my friend and neighbor, a senior at Groves High School and a member of the Groves Marching Band. The wreath today is dedicated to the memory of the men and women who have given their lives in defense of our country. This military monument, this beautiful monument that we have here, stands in Beverly Park because of the vision and leadership of our own Beverly Hills resident, Paul Kleppert. So we thank Mr. Kleppert for arranging for this beautiful, beautiful tribute. It's my privilege today to invite Council President John George and Senator Jeremy Moss to lay the wreath at the base of the Military Service Monument. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please remove your hats and place your hand over your heart. Scouts? Jackson, thank you so much. That was absolutely beautiful. Sincere thanks to Jackson for playing taps for this ceremony. Folks, this concludes our ceremony. Thank you so much for your participation in today's important commemoration of our veterans. Thank you.